Potent Pondering back with another video. Yo, please come and thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live or I do uploads. I hope y'all all doing good. Y'all know I ain't come do a video in a minute, so I had to come do a video, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk about Cardi B. Got to do a catch up on her and everything that's going around. Cardi gave birth, and also Megan Thee Stallion in court with Milagro Grams. I just want to, just touch on it, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you thumbs up this video. Hype this video up as well, you know what I'm saying? So listen, let's get into it. I want to jump into it first with Cardi B. Congratulations, Cardi B gave birth to her 4th child with a new man, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations to her. Now listen, I've noticed that online on social media, her fans, for some reason, they so obsessed with my content and everything going on with the things that I say, right? So, I was on Instagram maybe like a few weeks ago and I said, all of Cardi B fans have a look, right? Now they start taking different photos of still shots of different things from people videos saying, oh, Cardi B haters have a look, trying to like line up all the different commentary, commentators who do commentary on Cardi who don't say things that are favorable for her. I said that first. You can't hurt my feelings. First and foremost, everybody has an opinion. You can't hurt my feelings with something that I created and I said. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. And number two, you got to take still shots and all of that. Let's talk about real photos that's online with Cardi that look crazy. That's not like that's like looking like that look crazy. Be careful what you say, because anything you say against me, it can always be reversed. You understand what I'm saying? It's plenty out there on her. Plenty. So I can never be offended at all. Never. So understand that. But congratulations to Cardi. She gave birth to her baby. And it was just like, yo, when Cardi gave birth, the girl, within a few days, it was news out there talking about that Cardi was back. She was outside and all of this and all of that. And Cardi had got upset because there was a lot of different women online and men, but I seen a lot of women online was just saying that she had no attachment to her baby and that this is crazy, XYZ, right? She was saying, oh, you know how she comes out and talks all that trash online, talking about she lives with her kids and this and that, whatever, right? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and we're going to talk about the album and how they trying to make things seem more than what they are. We know what's going on in real time. We need to understand and make sure that we tracking in real time. I need you with your eyes open on the road. I don't need you to don't look left, don't look right. I need you to look forward and see what's going on. The camp over there is wounded. Atlantic Records know that there's no traction over there. They understand, but we're going to get into that. So listen, so as it pertains to Cardi giving birth, right, she came out immediately, and you want to know why she had to come out immediately, making it seem like this girl, Poom still stressed, in my opinion. Poom done bled out. Listen, what do they tell you to postpartum? It ain't even been 6 weeks since the girl gave birth. She walking on damn Stairmasters, ellipticals, doing that's typical for her, right? She's out there just trying to prove a point to the fans that the tour is going to go on. But in my personal opinion, just because you sold out 3 dates of was it a 50 or 40 or 30 date tour? You drop that in the comments to let me know. You sold out 3 dates. The percentages are still astronomically high. I think that's the writing on the wall and should tell you exactly how the public feels about Cardi. And let me tell you this, and as we go into, the album, because I personally think it's sad that this woman can't even rest her poom up. It ain't even been 6 weeks, you know what I'm saying? She ain't even been cleared to have SCX, but she's out there on the treadmill and talking about the tour and just trying to, she's trying to signal to the fans that she's not going to let up and that she's going to push forward, which she should, because she has something coming. But the thing about it is, it's like motherhood, I feel like that's a special and a precious thing for women, and children coming into the world, that's a beautiful thing. You got to get back to work so hard, and they try to throw some Beyonce girls run the world, and trust me, Beyonce wasn't practicing for no tour 2 days, 3 days, or getting her body ready. She said that she wasn't practicing for tour, she was getting her body ready. She wasn't doing all of that. That shows that you are panicking, in my opinion. The girl is panicking because she knows that it's been a shift. It's been a shift. And the thing about it that I personally feel, just like I always tell y'all, listen, I always have to sprinkle this on it, because I feel like when you let the fake go on and you don't speak on it, you acquiesce in the bullshit that they're going on. And I'm always going to, I feel like the audience was never real. I feel like the audience from Invasion of Privacy was never real. I seen it back when they had 1 billion streams on Pandora, and I'm like, who's still listening to Pandora? I feel like this is why that the audience is not here now. This is why when it comes to Am I the Drama, the daily streams, listen, Let's talk into the manipulation, right? Not only did she put whopping up on it, right? She put please me and she put money on it when she did that trick to, stay in the top 10 for however many weeks. But the truth of the matter is Nicki Minaj still has a damn she still has a record for being in the top 5 for the longest out of all female rappers. So it's like you think you win in one thing, but it's just like overall no cigar. Right? So she added all of these songs to the album. You want to know why? Because daily on Twitter, we was eating that ass up. The people who talk music, talk numbers, talk analytics, right? They was eating that ass up because the M.I. the Drama album was doing 1 million something streams a day. It's songs doing that from Nicki. She was doing 1 million streams a day. So she added all of those songs so that to please me and the money, the songs that are getting more streams than her songs in it now, to make it look like her average is like 2.7 or close to 3 million, which we know that it's not true. Please Me is her most streamed song. I want you to go to her Spotify and Spotify if you understand it and you want to see what I'm talking about. Go to her Spotify. None of her new songs are number one or even or in that area of most played. You just dropped the album on September 19th. It's October 19th. Literally 60 days ago. Not to mention the girl took over 60 days to even go gold. Over 60 days to go gold, and Nicki went gold in 27 days. Competition is nada. It's not at all. And what I don't like is they hurried. They hurried them certifications. They tried to be like, oh, Am I the Drama is like the first album or whatever that went 3 times platinum after they added all of those songs. Now, let me just tell you this, right? It's a great feat to have and say that you went 3 times platinum, did all of that, right? But let me just tell you, as a realist, I don't care how it looks on the surface. As a realist, if I know that I cheated like that, you have to get in that quiet spot. Whether you in the elevator, whether you in the damn surgeon room before they put the damn, knives in your face or whatever, you know the real. You know that those sales are not real. You know that that album is not really doing anything, and you just trying to look a certain way to keep up. That's crazy to me. That is literally crazy to me. And the way that the general public doesn't even see it, and they'll just get the message like Cardi B is 3 times platinum with old songs, new ones not doing nothing. All of the videos that she would repost with people doing her songs and her music, not doing nothing. So I just personally think it's sad that the Pum Pum literally stressed. Pum Pum literally just push out. Pum Pum push out less than 3 weeks ago, and Cardi out there on the damn Stairmaster. Cardi on the damn elliptical. But for attention seeker whore doing that's typical. Typical. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, I want your comments below. Why you think they're trying to make that album look more than? Why do you think they're trying to make her look more than like a broke ass hoe in a pair of Jordans? Why they trying to make her look more than? You know what I'm saying? Why they trying to make her look like she MJ when she mic recording? Nah, mama. You listen. They should be asking, am I the drama? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't even live up to the title. And how you trying to go hard and go at your rival? Man, listen, touring, even selling out crazy. I don't know what trick she thinks she's gonna have up her sleeve. You know what I'm saying? It seems like she in pain and needs some relief. Listen, get in the comments, let me know what you think, and let's move on. So the next thing I want to talk about, let's get into this topic of Megan Thee Stallion in court with Milagro Grams, right? We know what's going on, the defamation. She's saying that Millie defamed her. She was connected with Tory Lanez and all of that. And at first I wasn't even gonna do commentary on this but I had an epiphany, and I'm thinking of like different things that are being announced. I'm listening to different channels, and I was listening to Armand too, and one of the things that like it kind of like was like a aha moment when Megan Thee Stallion was talking about the post-traumatic with PTSD, right, that she experienced due to the shooting, and then tried to bundle Millie into it, right? I didn't like that. You want to know what that felt like to me now? And what I don't like also is that, and I understand that different defenses, they prep for court in a different way. Things cost money, but everything is a dollar on it, right? But when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion and the psychologist or whoever that woman was saying that she was diagnosed with PTSD based on what Tory did, the shooting, and then based on what Millie did, you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of, and I know a few people that this happened to. Say you at the gas station and you backing up, you need to get to the pump, and you bump and break your light, right? Then you out in traffic like 2 weeks later, and somebody slams in the back of your car and they just completely damage your bumper. Now when you go get the bumper fixed and you call the insurance, they fixing the light in that, and you tag them in together, even though you know that person who hit the bumper didn't have anything to do with the light. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I felt like she's mixing in allegedly saying what Millie's commentary was now, and saying that, you know, she feels as though that her PTSD is from both things. You remember when that woman sued Cardi B and she, her lawyer or that psychologist that they hired? Now, I think that it would have been great if Millie's team maybe would have had somebody like, you know, who came through and kind of like broke down everything that that psychologist said. Because one thing I took away from the Cardi B case when that woman was suing her for that, when she said that she attacked her or whatever, right? And I still think that that's bullshit too. One thing I noticed from that case is that the psychologist told the court that based on this woman's actions of travel, upward movement, and XYZ, ZYA, that it was no way that she would have a PTSD diagnosis. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it said it was no way. Now, Megan is trying to make it seem like she was so stressed out. And I ain't saying, listen, I can't speak to what she experienced or what she didn't experience, but what I'm trying to tell you is what it looked like. What this man said in you know, in a prior case. He said that this woman was traveling in the Cardi B case, doing XYZ, and even been through something with one of her sisters going through an intimate assault, sexual assault case, and that she still was rising to the occasion after it. So he doubted that she was experiencing any PTSD. Megan Thee Stallion, I want you to go back from the point of when this case happened to Millie doing commentary, and I want you to think of how many flop projects she put out. She put out some things like Mamushi, that stuck. That was the only thing that stuck from her last project. But look how many things. I want you to go back and look how many things that she's released that didn't go anywhere. To me, that's an attempt. To me, if a person is suffering in a certain type of way based on psychological issues, they're not going to be able to produce. Megan has been outside. She's opened up a Popeye. She's done several things. So I really would have liked to see that be contested, because you're experiencing PTSD, but you're doing XYZ. You understand what I'm saying? I just didn't like that. And I also didn't like the fact, and this is just my opinion, when it came to the whole Kelsey thing with Tory, you know, I felt like Megan flipped the story, and it's at a point where Kelsey is not going to, that case is over where Kelsey was involved in. She's not going to come and detest or do anything like that. So it's kind of like Megan is taking the narrative and spinning it her way. You understand? Trying to make it seem like, oh, Kelsey was, you know, Kelsey had a boyfriend. That also makes her, I don't even know if she's still with that man, but it makes her look crazy, in my opinion, right? Also stating that she never got into a fight with Kelsey. I just felt like Megan was really trying to milk this shit. And let's talk about this too, right? I don't know Megan personally, but I'm going to speak about what I've seen trending, the precedent from when Cardi B was at court and they used that psychologist. Now, Megan, they said that T. Ferris, he said that he put her in a facility that cost like $234,000. That was $234,000. Was that a rehab or a substance? Because I feel like they didn't really explore that folder. Like, what was this rehab for? You was in for $234,000. Was it a week or was it a month for the rehab? I thought that was odd, and there wasn't enough details given. Like, what was she there for? Because to connect the point of Megan saying that she never had a drinking problem, we all know that she did. Let's be completely honest. Megan looks good right now, right? She looks good. But when she first came in the game, you know, she was a little chunky. And then when she went through the, you know, losing her mom and all of that, she was going through some psychosis. We all seen it. She was drinking a lot, and even she admitted it. But it's just like she said it in her documentary. But then it's just like the team want to make it seem like in T. Ferris, like, oh, I didn't know this or I didn't know that. And it's just like the information and the data is out there. I don't like how they tried to lie, but you know, that's what liars do, and that's what the defense teams also do as well. And I think that Millie's lawyers did a good job with you know, going back at her in regards to that matter as well, right? And also with them bringing up like DJ Academics, Aiden Ross, like different people. I do commentary. I say things like, you know, I also give Megan credit, and I think Millie also gave her credit in the past too. Maybe she just didn't like when, you know, there was a turn in events. But do I personally think that she slandered her? I don't think she did. I think she stayed on her ass. I mean, I do commentary on Cardi B, and I don't say things in her favor with how I feel in regards to her. I'll give her kudos for being a good mom, or saying, oh, she looked cute or whatever, even though the people in my comments be dragging her. She did not look cute, whatever. I could give her props on a surface level, but I don't like her as an artist, and I have every right to do commentary on her and speak on it, right? If Millie is sued, if you know, say Megan does win, I do think it's sad, and I feel like it's targeted because, you know, Megan tried to make a point of Millie didn't have, you know, those other platforms were big and established, and Millie was established before she, you know, she was giving Megan Thee Stallion props before she people knew about her before. Like, in the commentary streets, there's a lot of different content creators. I'm not even on that level of like, I consider like Millie or Armand or Matasha K. Maybe if I had more time to dedicate to it, I would be able to grow more at a faster rate. But I just don't have that I don't have the bandwidth to really do that right now. But I think that she was already known. People knew about her. This is why they ran to when they were glued to her commentary. You understand what I'm saying? And I do feel like it was targeted. Like Megan's whole approach, I feel like it was to try to ruin Millie, or to, try to put like shit around her like she's a liar. Because why didn't you sue DJ Academics? Why didn't you sue Joe Budden or Aiden Ross? I think that that's a valid question. I think it's valid. So me personally, and then also I said this on my Twitter page and people got mad or whatever, but I felt like I heard something before when Megan was saying that she didn't really have no relationship with her dad. And now it was just like, she was saying like, her dad, her mom and dad, they both Pete's, like everybody. I didn't know that her mom was married to her dad. I just felt like, me personally, and I'm not saying this is fact, I just felt like it was a lot of big cap. It was a lot of capping going on. It was a lot of capping going on. The emotional thing, like I said, I can't talk about like what she felt or not, but I felt like you have to paint these pictures to these psychologists. That woman wasn't even diagnosed in the physical. They did a damn video visit. You understand? And then if you don't think that this psychologist woman or analyzer or whatever who came to the front and talked about how both of the situations caused her to have PTSD, if you don't think that Megan fed that with data like, oh, and this is causing me this and that is causing me this, it's very strategic. If anything you learn from these people who do these lawsuits, you learn to lie. It really, like, if you're really a person who's in tune and watching things, it's teaching you how to lie. Because they definitely, in my opinion, I have the right to say that I do think she's lied in this case. I do think that she's lied. I do think that they've stretched things and made it seem like, oh, I ain't want to get up and I ain't want to do this, and it would make me feel like you dropped multiple projects in between time. In the meantime, you've been on tour with Glorilla. You've done a lot of things. Now, she's done a lot. She's done a lot. Listen, I don't want to make this that long or whatever. I just want to just give my opinion. I don't like how she tried to couple that situation and try to bundle it together with Tory Lanez and make it seem like this is that. Like it's like a collision where you backed up, you hit your light, and then 2 weeks later somebody damaged your car, crashed into you and tore up the bumper, and now you're trying to say that, the light was all included. No, I think it's two separate things. I think that it's two separate things in regards to this matter, and she put it together to try to push it harder for the defamation. That's what I personally think, right? And, it also had came up how Nicki had the Bigfoot or whatever, and Megan didn't sue her because everybody was, that song went up, and, Megan had his. I don't think she would have won against Nicki either. Nicki got money, and, not to say that Millie don't got money, but I felt like Millie was definitely targeted due to the Tory Lanez affiliation. Listen, we all like who we like or whatever. Somebody might think that I've met Millie, I've met Nicki based on the commentary, and I haven't met Nicki, and I really don't even have any desire to meet anybody, to be honest with you. I just want to say what I say, feel how I feel. You heal how you heal if you feel impacted by it, and that's just how this shit goes. You understand? Potent, pondering, never pandering. Listen, that's probably something that I missed. I don't never do notes, so I'm just literally up here just saying things off the heart, how I remember certain things that were just kind of like cemented to my memory as far as like being important. Just didn't like that. I didn't like how she tried to put both of those situations together just because you don't like a person's commentary. Cardi was online and she was liking some photo where somebody did a still shot of me talking about my teeth. I don't care how you feel, because I know I look how I look. Can't nobody take that from me at all. I don't care what you post or retweet or like or anything. It'll never shut me up. It'll never stop me. It just won't. Like, what I'm saying? Too confident. Don't care. Like, what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get this commentary when I have time to do it. You gonna get the commentary. You understand? Potent, pondering, never pandering. I feel bad for Cardi. Poom poom tired. Poom poom need break. Poom poom need pure rest. Poom poom ain't even healed up yet. Poom poom going through postpartum, and poom poom can't even take a break because the fans is on her ass and that touring selling. But online she dwelling, strolling, And I want to say this too before I wrap this up. somebody pointed out where Cardi had posted on her stories on Instagram. She said, I didn't want it to leave, whatever she was having her baby or whatever. I didn't want it to leave. And I made this tweet that kind of like went up and it went like semi-viral. But I said, the way that she talks like that, this is why I was telling y'all when her and Nicki was going at it, that was Ken Barbie in the damn on her shit, because he knew so much history about Nicki and, you know, what she did and releases and all of this and all of that. That was Ken Barbie. That wasn't her. Trust me, I know it. And in my opinion, this is my opinion. I'm not saying that for you to believe. I think Cardi is a dummy. I do. I think that she's a decorated, draped in designer. I feel like she is a dummy. I personally do. I don't feel like she's that intelligent, that bright, because with all of the money and fame that you've amassed, you have not enriched yourself to show up better. You have not, in my opinion. Poom poom stress, poom poom tired, poom poom ain't even 6 weeks with the push out. Listen, Pondering, subscribe. I'm up out of here. Peace.